The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Oh, right. Monday, the 10th day of October 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications and Linda's. I'm Jamal Hartman. She's Sherry Vanderpool. And Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sherry, happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday to you as well, Jamal. Long time no see. I feel like I haven't seen you in a little while, and that's okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, thank the heavens. No, it has been a while, Sherry. I miss you. I really do.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So much so you dressed like me today. We
Well,
can solve this.
Sherry, we're getting closer to the festive season, and you start playing your Christmas carols yet?
No, I am not that person. It will be right after Thanksgiving, most likely. And Let It Snow by Boys to Men will be on heavy
You used to be
rotation.
one of Bridges' favorites. My daddy used to love you. Wait till he finds out that you're that person. We play Christmas.
Yeah.
We been started playing Christmas carols, Sherry.
Oh.
The house ain't decorated yet. What you talking about?
I've seen the house and I see the potential that when I saw it was kind of low key and I was like, wow,
Mm,
this is low key.
yeah, you're a friend. So don't worry about Sherry, folks. We're going to work on her. We're going to work on her. Anyway, greetings everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today. We're going to be discussing the appearance on this show of the former finance minister Curtis Dickinson. Before focusing on Bermuda, Bermuda got its first casino license, granted its first casino license. So we're going to be talking about that. The Daily Play is a Who Said It. So Sherry is guessing the author of a famous quote. But hey, before we get started, real quickly, thank you to everyone who continues to support us. Please note that we'd love for you to sign up for membership. Just hit the join button to become an official member of our channel over there on YouTube. There are 3 levels with various benefits and perks, so we look forward to welcoming you aboard. Also, you can make donations as low as $2 in support of the work that we do. It is appreciated. And again, thank you to everyone who gave back and supported us on Friday. Your support is very much appreciated. Well, no, we're not matching. And she looked in my closet.
Thank you, because there was a whole discrepancy behind backstage.
Yeah,
and I just want the people to know.
He has on maroon.
He said he has on a bright red shirt.
No,
and Maya can confirm.
No, I said that afterwards. I said, I have red, you have maroon. Then I said, this is bright red. That's what I said. Look, folks.
But it's nothing bright about it.
No, that's neither here or there.
Medical House roof is brighter than your shirt.
Oh, fine. I'll take that. Anyway, I told Sherry I'm thinking about going to the Mike App show this week. And she says, oh, you're taking this comedy thing seriously. And guess what, folks? She reminded me that it's time for your morning laugh. So, Maya, can you please come? Please.
She doesn't want to. Leave her alone.
Please, can you come and join us, please? Morning, Maya. How you doing?
Morning. I'm good. Other than all this rain and thunder out here this morning, but yeah.
Well, you know what? A good Jamal joke will make you feel better.
A Jamal joke. He's got a title and everything.
All right.
I don't know. Can it be a Jamal joke? I feel like he didn't come up with it. Go on.
Hold on. Let me get my sound effects ready. All right, here we go. Ready? All right.
We're here.
What would you do if a bull charged you?
A bull charged you.
I will point him at your red shirt.
Wow.
That was right?
No, that was a good one.
That was, but it was your red shirt. What, a bull charger? Bull
Help him out,
charger
folks. What would you do if a bull charged you?
moved out of the way.
Ready?
It's safe.
Give him no change. I don't know.
Pay whatever it charged. Stop. Thank you.
My shirt.
Thank you. I'm telling you.
Mindset, I'm out.
I'll tell you guys. I'm telling you. Whew. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
folks. Anyway, you saw whites at one point for Maya, so I guess Maya, her rudeness sending them to my shirt. Yeah, whatever. Folks, we've got to get serious. We've got to get serious. So on Friday, oh my goodness, they're calling me names. Well, what is this?
And that's your eight spoon,
That's
whatever.
like my best. And you know what I'm saying?
Your family will tell you, boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Family tell you the truth. They'll hurt your feelings. But folks, let's get to it. Friday, we had a discussion with the former finance minister and current challenger for the leadership of the Bermuda Progressive Labour Party, the Honorable Curtis Dickinson. And we want to know, like, what are your thoughts? What are your takeaways from that conversation? How do you feel after hearing Mr. Dickinson on this show? What are your thoughts about it? Do you feel confident that he would be the right person to lead Bermuda forward? Do you believe that no, he would give us more of the same? Do you feel like Mr. Dickinson, regardless of how we feel, will never become premier because he won't have a chance against David Burt in the delegates conference? What are your thoughts after engaging and hearing from Mr. Dickinson on Friday? Sherry, you got to tune in?
I did. And so it was good, in regard to what he said and just his delivery, right? So he made me feel very comfortable. The one thing that I did take from him is actually it was a couple of things. He seems to be very much by the book and very much policy driven. And so that for me was very confident, which means that he should be going by what it is that is policy, which means there should be no variations just based on what he said in regards to there was a policy that he did not agree with or was going against or something to that effect in regards to the Southampton Princess Oil deal, which then undoubtedly had him to resign. Then, and I looked at the quote that he said or indicated that an excellent leader is someone who's able to bring people together with various skill sets and work together to find answers to complex problems. That for me was it, Jamal, because he didn't seem as a person that says, I have all the answers and you're going to follow me for what it is that we're going to do. But I'm going to look at all of the things around me and I'm going to make an informed decision by all the information that is in front of me, rather than this is what we're doing. And so he gave me a bit of comfort with that.
Yeah, I think that I picked that out as well, Sherry. What leadership is to him, the way he explained leadership. I think that's what people are looking for. I mean, leadership is not, it changes. And there's different kinds of leadership, obviously.
Yes.
There's different kinds of leadership. I think the kind of leadership Bermudians are looking for is the kind of leadership that he explained.
Inclusive.
Yeah, it's a very inclusive way of moving forward. What did you think of the conversation with the Honorable Curtis Dickinson? Carla John, she states, when Mr. Dickinson was talking, it felt like a grown-up had entered the arena. Interesting. I mean, maturity, I guess. And it's interesting because I think Mr. Dickinson, again, I don't know him. That was my first time having a conversation with Mr. Dickinson. But he's up against it. Let's be honest. He's up against it. It's not about public perception who determines who's the leader of the PLP. Now, the public can pressure MPs as to who the premier is, but it's not up to the public. I actually explained last night on Jamal Hartman Unfiltered why, last week the question was asked by Sancho to the Honorable Mark Bean, what do you think will happen? And pretty much the Royal Gazette went on and basically said, Mr. Beans says that the PLP will lose the next election if David Burt remains as premier. And people thought the comment was crazy. Well, if you go to Jamal Hartman Unfiltered, I kind of explain it's not as far-fetched as people may think. It's really not. It's really, literally, if you look at the numbers, and again, we don't have numbers. Maya, she can tell you how hard it is to get those numbers. Ciola's put something up last week. To get numbers as to how many Bermudians have left Bermuda, we just don't know. We don't know. So how many Bermudians have left? How many of those Bermudians that have left actually voted for a particular party over another? So I think, when you see Curtis Dickinson, when you hear him, the concern by some is that, his supported by the One Bermuda Alliance or the UBP or the Royal Gazette or white people. I'll tell you this. I'm not interested in anyone who's one way or the other at this point. At this point, we need collective unity. Now, some people may say we always need collective unity. No, There's times when we should focus on Black people and their issues. But right now, the direction that we're heading is just, I don't think any person would agree that we're moving in a great space. So again, what did you think of the conversation with? Go ahead, Sherry.
I just want to just piggyback from what you just said. He's part of the One Bermuda Alliance or supported by UBP and all of this, or white people. Just because, and this just annoys me, just because the man dressed nicely, speaks a certain way, has been in different circles, doesn't mean that that's what he's about. He is a member of the PLP party. And if there's any time he wants to change, he could have done that by this time. Correct? And let's just think beyond something. Sometimes it's great to have people in certain circles. It just annoys me. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're absolutely correct. And let's not be fooled. There are sitting members of parliament in the PLP who were voted in as UBP MPs and have been former UBP leaders and MPs. So I don't think, if you're saying that Curtis Dickinson shouldn't be considered leader because of what you deem his views are, ask yourself, has the PLP truly delivered on the promise of labor since 1998? Not with trinkets here and there, but overall. I'm not quite sure. And again, if you listen to Jamal Hartman Unfiltered last night, I break down why it's likely the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party will likely never be able to deliver for its base. What's the question of the morning, folks? It's, what did you think of the conversation with the Honorable Curtis Dickinson on this show? Michelle White says, first, I applaud TDH is considered a news source. RG and ZBM carried your interview. Well, it's a conversation. Thank you. Sam Cat Play says, he is a breath of fresh air that the island will need, and I'm sure he will not be a self-servant leader. Well, it's interesting. Sam Cat Plays, your comment, there's a promo video on our YouTube channel we released this weekend with the Premier David Burt. Your comment is up while he's speaking, basically saying that it's all bold at his saying, but we appreciate your contribution, especially for times like that. It's interesting because the will of the people, it would seem. Now, we have no scientific data. Let me make this clear for anyone who says, oh, Jamal and Sherry. Well, no, Jamal's on there saying this, then the other. I'm not sharing, right? There's no scientific data showing that the majority of Bermuda supports Curtis Dickinson. What we can go by only is the information we see. That's not necessarily fact or actuality. That's just what we see. And what we see isn't always reality. So let's just be clear about that. There may be thousands of people who we don't like, are not in our algorithms in life or social media, who think that David Burt is the best premier Bermuda's ever had. But at least in the circles that I'm in, it seems like the will of the people, they would love to move on from David Burt. And so my words would be, if that's the case, and David Burt is elected premier does retain his premiership or leadership of the PLPN premiership of Bermuda, then the choice is yours. The choice is yours. You do have a decision, folks. Don't forget, please, just hit join membership on our YouTube channel. Join is right under the subscribe button. So if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe. Under that, you can join us for the perks and things that will come along. We know people like you want to hang out with people like Headley and Stevenson Swan. While we're doing, and we do have another private shopping event coming up. I think on October 22nd. Cool. Well, I think I saw that October 22nd. So.
Putting stuff out there.
I thought I saw the email come through. So, folks, you don't want to miss the opportunities to take advantage. Again, inflation, prices are going up. We're not the government, so we can't give you tax breaks here and there or promise you this and that, knowing we don't control economists. We can't do that. But what we can do is work with businesses to try to get you a better deal.
Well, speaking of economists, this is why a fresh breath of air in regards to Curtis Dickinson is why I like him in the sense of his financial background. Bermuda is in some serious debt, some serious issues in regards to our finances. And if he can be in that position to help us to come out of it, I know it's a long road. I don't believe he'll get in there and everything's going to be great the next day. I hope people believe that as well. But I think that he can help us to get from underneath what it is that we are in right now, which is a lot of debt. And the economy is not doing what it needs to do. So I'm just hoping that for me, that would be something very important.
Well, first off, Sherry, I get what you're saying, but this is what they're saying on the other side. They're saying, no, but he will cut this and he will cut that. Folks.
What's been going on all this time?
Folks, Mr. Dickinson, I don't know him personally, but he seems smart enough to know that he can't just go and make a cut here and cut there. It won't be beneficial for the economy. Stop falling for the BS. Yeah. Real quickly, we have a huge congratulations and welcome to our first official member of our YouTube channel, Beverly Hollis. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know you, but I love you. We appreciate you. And I'm speaking on behalf of Maya, Sancha, Phil, Larry, Sherry, and myself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're the first official member of our YouTube channel. We appreciate you, and we hope that you contribute as part of the conversations and come out to our events when we have them. Back to the question, what did you think of the conversation with the Honorable Curtis Dickinson? Sean D. Shields and Nicole Walker for you, Sherry.
Bermuda's next premier is honest, very educated, sincere, and doesn't put his self-interest before that of our beloved country. And I like how he said his speaking that into existence.
Go ahead, brother Sean.
Good morning. The conversation allowed me to see why people believe Mr. Dickinson would make a good premier. He came across as level-headed and a man of integrity that genuinely cares about the country. That's what I felt too.
I think that's it right there. I think, and Sister Nicole, I think that's what people are looking for. They're just looking for someone that they feel cares. Again, let me, look, I'm going to say this. And again, when I say this, people rip me apart like I'm making excuses. No, and first of all, I don't care whether you rip me apart. That's neither here nor there. But look, David Burt is a human being. David Burt was not this big, bad, evil person. David Burt did his best, in my opinion, did his best during the pandemic. Was his best the best Bermuda could have done? That's where I think we differ. David Burt called an election in the height of a pandemic. Was that in the best interest of Bermuda? David Burt, he did some things that made sense. He wanted healthcare reform. Folks, I believe the majority of the country would agree. I think where people disagree is how they were going on about it. I think Bermudians agree. We need that big hotel back open, as Mr. Dickinson said. He didn't disagree with Fairmont Southampton, working with him, he disagreed with how it looked, how they went about it. So I don't want to sit here and act like David Byrd is public enemy number one, the worst thing that happened. He's a human being. And I believe he done what he believes was best. The question we must ask ourselves, he done what he believes is best for whom? Marinate on that one. We need to welcome another member. We have another member. Welcome to the family. Mark Arthur C. Phillips became a YouTube member. Thank you, cousin Mark. We appreciate you. We also have another new member. Yes, we have Shawnette Bell. Welcome. Thank you all for the support. Really, we appreciate it because
I got a chance.
We just couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. So we appreciate you.
I got a chance to meet Shawnette, so that was nice during Cup match.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you and Sunshine, everybody just meeting people. Oh, we got to bring Maya in real quickly. She hasn't called us on the carpet yet. She must be enjoying this. Sean DeShield says he is a transformational leader, a visionary, humble, completely dedicated to his country, and wants to right the wrongs of the current administration. I
had something that I wanted to add here.
Go ahead.
So I'm all about kind of like personality and just all of this, right? Mm-hmm. And so although Mr. Dickinson was very stoic in his delivery and even his conversation, there was still an underlying warmth about him that came across the screen to me. So although, there wasn't a whole lot of personality in his face, sorry, Mr. Dickinson, but your words and just your energy behind the things that you spoke about spoke volumes for me. And I hope it was translated to others,
Yeah, I think personality does matter in politics, but should it be the thing that determines whether that person leads us? Peter Smith, for you, Sherry.
Did Mr. Dickinson talk about a long-term plan of comprehensive tax reform, changing our very regressive tax system into a progressive system? Did he cite the 2015 Cartac report and the 2018 tax reform? I don't remember none of that, Mr. Peter Smith.
Well, Mr. Peter Smith, you watched the show. I know you did because you commented. And he didn't speak about that because we didn't discuss that. What we were specifically talking about with Mr. Dickinson on Friday was the leadership challenge. So maybe the next time, after he's premier or not, we can bring him on to talk about that. But So we're going to take it as that was rhetorical or not. Peter Smith also goes on to say, did Mr. Dickinson talk about increasing training and building capacity of our civil service? Again, you watched the show. Or if you didn't, you can go back and watch it. The questions on Friday, the conversation was around Mr. Dickinson's challenge for leadership.
And what that looked like.
Exactly. In the BS. Sean Smith says, I have concerns about what he will do once in the office because I am struggling to find any policies that Mr. Dickinson put forth while he was finance minister that aided in growth of the economy. I'm going to be honest. That was one of my concerns. That was one of my concerns as well. I think when we think of, here's the thing though. Finance and investment. From the investment side, I believe that he understands the country needs investment. If he done well in the investment sector, then I'm pretty sure he'll have some ideas. From a finance perspective, I think people are fair to think that he's going to cut. But from an investment perspective, he understands that cutting will not help him. It will not help Bermuda. It just won't. Let's bring in Maya before we get in trouble. Let's bring in Maya because
you get in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, Sherry, you're part of it too. I'm getting down on Maya.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
By People's Pharmacy.
All right. Yeah, Sherry couldn't wait just now. Hey, how you doing, Maya?
I'm, doing pretty well. It's a little bit, thunder, rainy, not the brightest weather, but, still getting that fall weather. All week this week is actually in the 70s. So that tells me like we are in fall weather now, which is just cool.
Yeah. I turned on the heat yesterday just for a minute.
Speaking of fall, last week I shared a picture on WhatsApp of New England. I'm moving back to New England one day. That's my place. That's my heaven on earth, right? And it's like the most beautiful place on earth. So when you all say fall, I got a little mushy because I was forced to move to Florida in this heat away from New England. Yeah, I said that publicly. But anyway, Maya, what you got for us in the news?
Well, I do want to touch on what was said in the comments there. I believe it was Mr. Peter Smith asking about tax reform. Now, as far as I know, I was the only news present when there was a conversation about tax reform. So if you want to watch that entire video, it is on my platform, Media Maya, and it's about an hour long, but I live streamed the entire thing. So if you want to hear about what his position is on tax reform or questions the community had, you can look at it right there. Next up for the docket of the news this morning. As everyone may have known and seen the videos come across, yesterday a boat caught fire in the harbor of St. George. One man leaped from the vessel to safety while Mr. Sloan Wakefield used fast action and safety training to lower the boat into the actual harbor. Many bystanders praised the heroism because obviously it being next to the gas station, it could have gone a lot worse. So the fire was caused by like a chemical reaction, filling the tank and then turning the engine on, just caused a spark. And so here's a 30-second video kind of showing like how close the boat was to the station and Mr. Wakefield's actions.
Jesus.
Now that video was taken from a bystander and was sent to me through a friend.
That is crazy.
It was quite the fire.
So where when I first saw the videos, I didn't realize it was right by the gas station there, but like in that little place where the restaurants are. I actually thought it was over by the boat club over there. You know what I'm talking about? That's where I thought it was. So wow.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
And then the boat that took it away, that's risky because man, that but see again, I learned this when I was in St. John's ambulance, right? Heroes take that risk to die. That's what heroes are, because I mean, to do that, you didn't know if that boat was going to explode as you're taking it away. That I mean, what was the gentleman's name?
Sloan Wakefield. And I do believe that maybe his brother did assist as well, but I know some crew and also the staff members at the Dowling Marine too.
So are people coming out with extinguishers and everything. So, and that they did that really quickly as well. So it's just amazing.
Interesting. Well, what else you got for us, Maya?
Well, next on the news is what you guys are speaking of this morning. Bermuda Gaming Commission announced on Friday that the St. Regis Hotel has been granted Bermuda's first casino license. The development of the casino industry is one of the 4 lead initiatives of the government's economic recovery plan. And Premier David Brett said this represents new employment opportunities and a potential increase in hospitality jobs. The process has been a long and detailed one in which the Commission and the hoteliers have worked together to ensure that all aspects of the stationary requirements are met. Now, when this was first put out about us having a casino license, I don't know if anyone remembers, but a lot of members in the community, especially those members of the church, weren't very much in favor of this. So I'm actually quite curious to see what happens in the days to come.
Oh, I'm curious. Today's conversation regarding, I want to know how the people feel about the casino license being granted. I'll share my, I'm not, anyway, what else you got, Maya? I'll share it out the break. Go ahead.
Last I got today, so excuse my voice. So my interview with Corinne Luna will be up later, right after the show. She's the creator of the non-fungible tokens panel that's going to be presented over Tech Week.
NFT stands for?
Yeah.
NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. This is only the 3rd time I've said it on the show.
I already knew. I people keep saying that I'm ill, but I'm telling you,
I'm not ill, whatever. Go ahead, Maya. Sorry.
That's okay. The purpose of this panel is just to explain and tell people what NFTs are, and also to kind of get the youth of Bermuda interested in it, because this conversation might be brand new right now. We're creating the space for it, but in years to come, it's going to become really major and a part of almost everything. So for those who have students in schools or know of anyone with students or children that love tech, please ask if they've already been informed about it and have been able to go to the panel, because it's free. So look out for that interview right after the show.
And Kareem will be coming on this show to engage you all, because again, I'll be honest with you. Look, I don't understand crypto, NFT as much as I read the stuff. Like, I literally, people explain it. It's just da 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 da. Think about credit card cash. I'm like, bro, it's not that simple. If it were that simple, everybody would get it. It's not that
Yeah.
easy. You all come on now. I know I'm not the swiftest, but come on now. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to a conversation with her to better understand, and so that our audience can engage her as well. So check out that you said it'll be up on Media Maya today, man.
Yes, right after the show, I'll be uploading it.
Okay, cool. What else you got for us? Because it's thunder and lightning, you said.
Yes, it is. I need my TDH mug. I'm clearly,
Ooh.
I clearly need some water right now. Okay, so final thing that I just want to mention. My interview with Curtis Dickinson will be out this week, and I apologize for the wait because I want to have it out ASAP. But here we go for the weather. It's going to be very cloudy, showers developing early this morning. Obviously, we already had some thunder going on. It might be still pouring throughout the day, but just be mindful of that and make sure you're wearing your rain suits if you're riding your bikes today. And we got a high of 79 degrees Fahrenheit.
All righty. Thank you so much, Maya. What you got for days of the year, Sherry? Give us something good.
I don't know if it's not it's okay. It's World Mental Health Day, and it's that's today. And as our understanding of mental health grows, we grow along with it. Mental health has come a long way since the early 90s when the World Federation of Mental Health officially established this day. Our self-awareness and sensitivity towards it have changed things for the better. Our language surrounding mental health has improved as words like crazy and lunatic are used less flippantly, and we come to a better understanding that they can be unintentionally hurtful and stigmatizing. While we've learned a lot, there's still much more we can do to evolve as a society. So, it's again, be very mindful of people's mental health. It's very sticky, it's very tricky. And take care of yourselves. Definitely. Self care is very important for your mental health.
Yeah, ask somebody if they're okay today. Because even if,
Yeah.
we look at people and think they're okay.
And let's ask the audience. Let us know. Say, hey, thumbs up. I'm okay. I'm doing well today. And so forth. So
All right, give us a thumbs up. You heard Sherry. Let us know you're okay. Maya, have a wonderful Monday, my sister. And we got to get you that mug. Later.
Bye, guys.
All right, Maya Palacio. Hey, I don't know why they point at me. That's on Keitha and Shanta. I call names. So, and then Sherry just gonna show off with her travel mug right in front of Maya. Like, what kind of monster are you? I mean, come on.
Monster. My goodness. Must they be so dramatic?
Do not go anywhere. I bring the dramatics. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna come back. We're talking. Bermuda granted its first casino license. Whoa. Can't wait to this conversation. Let's do it.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
All righty. We're not going to address this morning, but we have received information regarding the race. Look, I'll just say this just today before we get into the conversation. David Burt, when it comes to elections, is, in my opinion, the lowest of low. I know people think that, Curtis Dickinson stay high, don't do those tactics or whatnot, but some things you can't ignore. But it's not the individual. I always say it's not the people in power. It's not the Donald Trumps of the world or Joe Biden's, whoever you dislike. It's the people who put them there. So the pressure need not be on the acts of the person who's fighting to get your vote. It's on the people who are responsible for putting those people in through their vote. So I'm not gonna go into it, but if you can read the Gazette, you can check your WhatsApp groups and you can see the back and forth. But I just think it's very disappointing that a 40-something-year-old man who's so desperate to hold on to a job would go such great lengths. I think you also, just to end the conversation on Curtis Dickinson, you see the difference there as well. One of the gentlemen can actually just go back to the private sector and make a living, while the other, well, what are they going to return to? All right. Welcome back to the big show. Sherry Van Der Poel, I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical Wells, One Communications Lenders, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, do not forget to sign up for membership. Just hit the join button to become an official member of our channel. There are 3 levels with various benefits and perks. We look forward to welcoming you aboard and growing with you even more. Also, you can make donations as low as $2 in support of the work that we do. It is appreciated. So your comment, your cash, comment, just hit thanks. You can do that and support our existence. Sherry did ask folks, are you good? How's your mental health? She said, if you're okay, give us a thumbs up. Unfortunately, we only got 1 thumbs up, but we're happy that Mark Arthur C. Phillips, we got a thumbs up, and you're good, my brother. We appreciate you. We're going to talk about the casino. Go ahead, Sherry.
And as to say, for those who didn't have a thumbs up, good, big, TDH hugs to you, and just hope that you're going to have a better day. And if not, seek some help for it. Go talk to somebody. Yeah, indeed. Sherry, who do I call to talk to about my issues? You're damn right. I'll be having a bad day at work. All right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and he calls. You never know though. And I do not call people. Honestly, folks, you know me. I don't do phone calls. I call Sherry. Right? I get in trouble for not doing phone calls. That's how much I don't do phone calls. My phone's never, it's always on silent, but we're getting a lot of thumbs up now, Sherry. So this is good stuff. Triple thumbs, double thumbs. We love it. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Raquel Wainwright. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution and becoming an official member of the TDH family. We appreciate you. So we want to talk about the second part of this. So our focus today is, how do you feel about the casino license being granted in Bermuda? How do you feel about the casino license being granted in Bermuda? If you don't know what we're talking about, so St. Regis Resort was granted Bermuda's first casino license last week. So that's what the Bermuda Gaming Commission announced. So St. Regis Resort. Now, I don't have enough information to know what this is going to look like, how it works. Is it just going to be for hotel guests? Don't have any of that. So, I just know that the premier has long promised. According to the Gazette, in September last year, the premier, David Brett, said that Bermuda's first casino was expected to open its doors in 2021. Well, he's not the greatest with timekeeping, but that's neither here nor there right now. But a question of the morning: how do you feel about the first casino license being granted in Bermuda? Sherry, you seem very no, I want you to go first. I want you to go first.
Well, I was going to go to the audience.
Okay, that's fine.
So Rick Olson, you've got a lot here, so we're going to read it from the site. He said, we need basic details about the casino. Like, thank you. That's what I just said. 1, can locals gamble without any restrictions? So we don't have that information. We don't. 2, how does the country receive revenue? Again, well, he's just basically answered for me. This is why I was looking forward to it. I'm like, all we know is a license has been granted. What does that truly mean? 3, he says, open 24 hours a day is a question. Will there be table games is number 4. And 5, will the workers and support staff, where will they come from? Number 6, can the casino after markers loan, which is an industry standard? Don't know what that means. Number 7, will complimentary drinks be allowed, which is also an industry standard? Yes, that's true. 8, will there be a dress code? Doomed for failure if we don't offer a competitive product with few, well, the cutoff right there with few. So Rick, you're gonna have to break up your comments. Go over to YouTube as well, Rick. Well, Dr. Maria Seaman says, money makes money for those who have money. Well, I think the point she's making is the house always wins when it comes to casinos, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And another one thing you could do is smoke in a casino. So I'd be interested to know if that's a possibility as well.
Oh, please, no, God. Oh my.
You can.
I know, yeah. I forget about that all the time. And I go in, I'm like, ah, man. Sean DeShield says, questions, several, for example, have the local banks given the casino the green light to operate efficiently? Well, I just assumed, and you know what assumed? Where that gets us, Brother Sean, I assumed that they must have gotten an agreement from a local bank, because I know the premier spoke about a digital bank last time around. But again, we don't have the information.
Right.
That's why I was asking you all, like, well, what are your thoughts on it? We just don't have the information to, I mean, maybe we can make opinions based on how Bermudians have traditionally acted, saying, no, we don't. I know people have said, oh, casinos bring crime. And, you know, we just don't know, are locals going to be allowed?
I think, Jamal, if locals are not allowed, it's going to be a whole situation. Because there are plenty of locals that I know that gamble online, and yeah, if they're not allowed to go to the casino itself, then that's going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem for locals.
Michelle White, she says that regarding the gaming approval, I believe they have completed training, which means that locals have jobs. And I do remember something some years ago, Michelle, you would know better than I, that they were talking about training people to work in the new casino. What are your thoughts, folks? How do you feel about it? I believe Bahamas, and correct me if I'm wrong, audience, in Bahamas, locals aren't allowed to gamble unless they're staying at a resort. Yeah, it's like that in quite a few places, because the idea is that it's there to attract people. And that's where I'm going with it. You know, I first started in tourism in 2012, almost, 10 years ago next month. And one of the things that they were talking about is casinos back then. Since that time, so many different states in the US alone began to evolve with gaming and allowing it, right? So just like maybe Mary Jane, weed, cannabis, whatever you choose to call it, Bermuda is so behind the 8 ball in terms of doing things that they believe will attract people. Nobody, let's be clear, I don't think anyone's going to come to Bermuda because they allow casino gaming.
Right.
But it would be something back then, it would have been something to add value to someone vacationing or enjoying Bermuda. But is it, I look at casinos like, okay, maybe Vegas or, Atlantic City. I look at these spaces as places where there's entertainment that's tied to it. So it's not just about gambling, it's the entertainment piece. I'm not a gambler. I mean, I play roulette. Put my name on my birthday.
Red or black?
Yeah,
or even.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I play the outsides, right? My birthday on the outsides. But I'm not a big gambler. I don't know how to play. But I'm not interested in donating my money to rich people. That's how I think of gaming. Right? I'm that guy. If I lose, I take $100, I lose it, I'm done. But that's me. Do you think that this gaming license given to this hotel is going to add value to Bermuda as a destination?
I think it would give it a little sparkle. I think it would give it a little sparkle. I think it would definitely give for those who are staying at the St. Regis to also have more things to do. I know at some point there was always conversation like it's not a whole lot to do in St. George's, but I do believe that of course is starting to build and change. So I do think it would give it a little sprinkle in that element.
yeah, the St. George's thing. I forgot about that. Sean DeShields, he actually says, yes, correct. Locals are not allowed in Nassau to go to the casinos, but the decision to allow locals has not been determined. And he's talking about Bermuda. Yes, I know it was in Bahamas. Yeah, locals were not. So I don't think it will be far-fetched for the casinos to be just for locals or hotel guests. I think the hotel would probably want to allow. Well, I'm not going to say they want to allow everyone but their main goal is revenue,
Right.
right? Carla, John, and Sean DeShields for you, share.
Yes, when I went to a casino with my Bahamian friends in the Bahamas, they were not allowed to participate with me. So they were allowed to go, but they couldn't gamble. Is that what you're saying, Carla Joy?
My, oh my, ain't that something?
Data suggests that casino gaming will not have significant impact on visitor arrivals to Bermuda.
And I would have to agree with that data.
That's why I said it's a sprinkle.
Yeah, Sean Smith says, thanks, Sean. Sean's dominating today. We love it because I was thinking it still is still a demand for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't.
But let me go to the comment real quick because it responds
Okay.
to one's comment. Charles H. Jeffers II says, I agree. I don't believe casinos will attract a significant number of visitors. It's like a hotel that has a pool. If you have it, some will use it. If you don't, I don't think people will complain.
Yeah, I don't think it's much of more of a. I do believe smoking cannabis or being able to have marijuana on the island would be more attractive than the casino. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Dr. Maria Seaman says a quick sparkle then fades. So I don't disagree with you. Rick Olson says we don't have enough hotel rooms to support a casino. Locals most gamble to be viable. The location of St. Regis will be a huge deterrent. Some factors. I agree with him. We just don't have the rooms to support. Look, if we're honest, we don't have the rooms to support tourism. Period. Right now, we just don't. Michelle White. And Carla John for you, Sherry.
I don't think there should be an issue with allowing locals to gamble. It is a hotel and they can keep services to guests. Now, whether it would add value, maybe a perk. Yes, they could be in the building, but they are really paranoid about being caught anywhere near the tables or machines. Oh my dear.
Yeah, and Manuela John says there are Bermudians who travel overseas to casino trips, but they probably include shopping with that. What else will visitors to Bermuda look forward to? I mean,
but you know what, Manuela, let me just say, okay, and that's probably the scope that we look at, the going to casino and shop. Is that really a trip? Is there other things that people can do? And I think that's your point to us as well. But are there museums? Are there tours? Are there, other things that people do other than just casino and shopping?
Actually, my wife's going to Vegas tomorrow.
Tell her put 20 on red for me.
Yeah, silly. So I went to Vegas 5 times one year. My last year at Bermuda Tourism for trade shows, conferences, right? And I never liked Vegas when I had to first start going there. It just seemed like this big fake city and I'm not a gambler. And she was the one who encouraged me. It's just like, go to some shows. It's like a lot more to do. I will tell you, it's not the casinos that really attract people, folks. It's the overall entertainment scene. And I think Bermuda needs more. If they're thinking this is going to attract people, I think they need more. I love Charles' example about the pool. If it's there, some people may use it, but they're not staying at this hotel just because it has a pool. I mean, see, me, I don't swim in public pools anyway, but it's not about me.
You don't swim in ocean, Jamal.
Yeah. That's a bigger public pool. Aegis Wonder says locals are not allowed to gamble in the casinos in Puerto Rico as well. So another one.
Really?
Interesting. Rich Olsen says, one fact is I am going to Vegas later this month with Bermudian friends and gaming is not important to us. There you go. Never mind. I mean, I was just going to say, some people go just to get married, like meet somebody, get married and stuff. So I don't know.
You got married in Vegas, Jamal?
Yeah, right. That would be, I wouldn't have minded that, but drive-through? I would have took it. Sean DeShield says, not allowing locals to gamble in the casino is so ridiculous, as most are already gambling online. And I think Sherry said that too. Rosalind Famous, still in Vegas, and we still love you over in that time zone, tuned into the Daily Hour. That's what
nice. That's where Rosalind is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rosalind Famous actually says locals can gamble in casinos in Puerto Rico. Okay. So we had someone that said they are not allowed, but she's saying they can. They can. Okay. And Rick Olson says you would like the adult pool, sir. I might be a bit shy, brother, if that's what I'm thinking. We got Janet Maynard and Michelle White for you, Sherry.
In Perth, Australia, locals were allowed 1 day a week. However, they had other fun activities for families to participate in, plus food stalls. And that's why I was thinking maybe a locals night. Walked through the casino in Vegas, and all I smelled was cigars and cigarettes. Not for me. Make it smoke-free would be interesting. So I know in some parts of the casino, which it makes sense and it doesn't, they do have smoke-free areas, but if there's no windows or anything, the smoke does travel. So I get it.
Real quickly, folks, just yes or no. Do you support casinos in Bermuda? Yes or no? Just a quick question as we wrap it up. Do you support casino gaming in Bermuda? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you support casino gaming? Do you support it in Bermuda, Sherry?
I do. I still think it's not going to be the main attraction. I don't think it's going to be this boost of revenue and so forth, but I feel like it would give something for tourists to do, something for us to say, hey, we got a casino. But it would be nice to say, hey, we got a casino, we got this, we got that, we got, all of these other things. So I do think it would be good for Bermuda. Is it going to be great? That remains to be seen.
Well, let's go to Tanya Cheeseman says no, she doesn't support casinos in Bermuda. Dr. Maria Siemens says no. Traveling Trotty says yes. Michelle White says yes. Marquita Lee says no. Teresa Marie says no. Richard Augustus says yes. NTS says yeah, sure. Sean DeShield says yes, as casinos are alternative entertainment options. Chicarina says yes. Rick Olson says yes, if done right, which takes planning. Well, you know what? I'm going to save mine till after the break. How's that?
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. We're going to wrap it up. Folks, if you appreciated today's conversation, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Share these conversations. Make sure your family, your friends, your colleagues are a part of these community conversations. Thank you to all those who've become members. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe. Just join. What's stopping you from joining? You're already a part of this show. Just help support the Daily Hour, the work that we wake up every day to do and engage with you. We're going to be right back. Stick with us.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
I'm part of the SSCP, giving us opportunities to go out and sell, which is what I'm doing today.
One of the most important things I learned in the SSCP is that failure is just a part of being an entrepreneur.
As a vocal community, then you can't go anywhere, can you?
I just believe it's a really beautiful and amazing experience for everybody.
A lot of late nights being up trying to finalize things, especially for me.
You don't have to do everything at once. Little steps is the key to success.
They helped me go through every step of the way.
It has helped me gain more confidence, so that's one thing.
I'm Marley Spriggs, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Joshua Allen, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Trey Robertson Richards, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Namira Rayner, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Vincent Darrell, and I am an entrepreneur.
I'm Shayla Swan, and I'm an entrepreneur.
I am Sophia Patsenhan. I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Zion, and I'm a young entrepreneur.
All right, welcome back. Thanks again to One Communications, People's Pharmacy, Lindos, and Medicals for ensuring that we're able to do this for you on a daily basis. Folks, if you appreciated today's conversation, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share these conversations. Time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0, great taste, no alcohol, and Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sherry, are you ready?
Sure, Jamal.
It's a who said it. Here we go. Quote, never underestimate the pain of a person, because in all honesty, everyone is struggling. Some people are just better at it, hiding it, than others.
Okay.
An actor.
Oh, say that again.
An actor / rapper.
Actor / rapper. Ice-T. Ludacris. Chris Bridges. Wait, Snoop.
Quote, never underestimate the pain of a person, because in all honesty, everyone is struggling. Some people are just better at hiding it than others. Will Smith.
Oh.
Yeah. I couldn't give you any more hint because you would have guessed it was Will Smith. The Fresh Prince himself. Sherry, let me wrap it. My since I left people hanging. Someone actually guessed it. They did guess it, by the way. Even Maya.
All right, Maya.
Yeah.
Maya should be on her way to work.
But I want to answer the question. Do I believe that casinos, grant casino license? Do I agree with it? I'm going to say yes, with some context. Yes, if it's done in a manner where we're educating and protecting the most vulnerable, because we know what happens to people with addictions, whether it be gambling, food, drug use, alcohol. My concern is addictions. I truly believe that the solution to addictions is education. So my hope is that we're not just training people, right? Training people. Like, think of a gun range, right? I had to go to a gun range last week. Before I can even get a tour of the gun range, I had to do a safety day. I believe if they allow locals to do enter the casinos and gaming, that they should have to go through some sort of course or some training to understand addiction. So I don't know. I think there should be some context. Anyway, Sherry, final thoughts on today's discussion about the Honorable Curtis Dickinson and casino gaming.
Well, I mean, I think, as I stated before, that Mr. Curtis Dickinson, the Honorable Curtis Dickinson, is going to be a breath of fresh air. I do like that he seems to be policy driven, and I do like that he's looking at the whole picture in regards to leadership and not just himself. In regards to the casino, I don't think it would be a bad idea for Bermuda, but I think, as I continue to say, it's a little sprinkle of something for us to do or for tourists to do. So I do believe that we need casino is great, but we need to go beyond that as well. And as you said, Jamal, education is important in that realm for those addictions and different things that come with that. But I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think as far as Curtis Dickinson, again, I've just gotten more information. Again, we'll talk about it tomorrow. You don't want to miss tomorrow's show. I believe Sancho will be in his house. We're going to be addressing Reverend Tweed's comments in the pulpit. We'll be talking about that. We'll also be addressing the tactics of certain politicians desperate to hold on to positions. And we'll have the Honorable former Premier Michael Dunkley on to discuss what I'm shocked Bermudians aren't up in arms about. The arbitrary deal. See, it's one thing for politicians to get happy and excited announcing a deal and taking credit for it, right? But when all things hit the fan, oh, well, that wasn't us. That was the Bermuda Monetary Authority, or is this person. They shifted, right? You can't have you can't be both things, folks. You can't. You can't do, it's just not acceptable to the most intellectual. That said, Mr. Dickinson, I think what he did on Friday was introduce himself to people who thought they knew who he was. I think people got a better understanding of, no, this guy is just like us in many respects. My hope is that he has more time, and I know that the conversation from my talking with Maya is much different from his conversation with us. So I encourage you all to follow Media Maya on social media, to check that out when she releases it later this week. She did say it's a very different tone and conversation. So looking forward to that. As far as casino gaming, as I already said, I mean, I believe if education, locals should be allowed. Rather, do I think it's going to make a big difference in terms of visitors to Bermuda? Not necessarily. But, if it's there, I don't think it will hurt too much. That's my personal opinion. Sherry, you got some daily inspiration for us?
I do. I'm not going to continue knocking that old door that doesn't open for me. I'm going to create my own door and walk through it. And that's from Ava DuVernay.
All righty. Thank you so much for that. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. Folks, do not forget, please hit the join button, sign up to become a member, support the work that we're doing. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamel Hartman. My friends, make it a safe and great day. And I don't have my mug. I'm in trouble.
And my wig stays.